We've been telling you all morning that it really only takes a few minutes to finish the census, but it can have a huge impact for your community. Thousands of dollars to fire departments, schools, and road construction that won't be distributed. So with us now to talk about just how important it is, we have Kevin Iverson, manager of the North Dakota Census Office. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks, and it's great to be with you today.
Okay, so I named just a few. Would you mind expanding on all of the important services that all of us use all the time and depend on that are funded by census numbers?
Sure. So people don't tend to understand how fundamental the census numbers really are for a whole host of things. The first and most important reason that the census data is used is equal representation in government. So not only in the apportionment of seats in the House of Representatives, but in the state legislative districts as well. So the same process is used to determine representation in those things. But the other thing is the flow of federal dollars. We estimated that over a 10-year period of time, a person not counted would cost the state over $19,100. Now that was before any of the recent events, and so I'm guessing that number is actually far higher. But people don't realize the state uses the same data for the distribution of funds in providing to the local community. That money does not stop at the state treasury. It flows on down to every local community. And I think the last reason is everybody really deserves to be counted in this process. I think it's a matter of respect and making sure that individuals and groups of individuals are represented and that we know who they are. If we're going to have people to be part of society, we need to count them and make sure we've got a good handle on what their representation is in terms of the number of people in our area.
I like that. It makes sense. It kind of breaks down the importance for us. Now, we have learned a bit about the complete count committees that have been formed across the state. Can you talk a little bit more about these committees, how many there were, and why they were formed?
Yeah, so there's about 40 committees that have been established locally, and they were all established by local individuals. Really, it's like I mentioned, the funds don't stop at the state level. They flow down to the local communities. And local leaders recognize the importance of having their data correct, their count correct in the census to ensure the flow of federal funds and state funds to that local area. And nobody understands a local area better than the individuals living there. And so each of these committees recognizes the strengths, the weaknesses, why people may be hesitant to respond to the census or what those local needs are. And so it was just important to have that local voice involved in the process.
And I've really enjoyed hearing from some of the committee members on how they have been creative, because everything is different than we thought this, with the coronavirus pandemic. They've had to kind of think outside the box.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about what you have seen, maybe that we haven't heard, maybe some of your favorite things that have been implemented to get people to fill out their census.
Well, there's been a lot of community effort. Right now, we're seeing a lot of social media type engagement as people are kind of stuck at home. It's just, hey, you got 5 minutes. You want to take care of your community. Get online, do the census. It only takes 5 minutes. Just fill it out completely. Recognize that in the long term, this has a huge impact on your community.
And I'm actually hearing some people saying less than 5 minutes. So let's just one more time break down just how easy it is. A couple of minutes, it just really is super easy.
Yeah, I did it myself this past Monday. It's very quick. It literally took me 5 minutes to put in everybody in the household, and it was simple. People can respond online. If you don't use computers, you can respond to the 1-800, or it's not 1-800, but it's a phone number you can call in. It's actually 844-330-2020. Or they can wait till the paper form shows up at their household and respond to that The last way is wait till somebody shows up on your door. And in this environment, I think I would really encourage people to respond before that happens. And so just minimize the risk and get online, respond by phone or respond to the paper form before somebody shows up at your house.
All right, good advice for all of us. Just get it done, whether it's online, the printed version, call in. You make it super easy.
Absolutely.
Kevin, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me on.
We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.